Hey guys, here I was going to show you my Toyota Prius that I have converted into an extremely functional travel camper, but this is part 2 of this video. If you haven't seen part 1, I made it 6 months ago, and in that video I give an extremely detailed tour of my Prius camper. I have a fridge and a microwave and a sleeping platform and all kinds of electrical modifications. I'll put a link at the top of the screen now and a link down in the description below so you can go watch that and then come back and watch this one. And it's cool because here I am 6 months later and I've done a few more modifications, or a lot more modifications, and new gear and some upgrades, and I'm going to show you how everything's holding out. And yeah, so I've been living and traveling out of my Prius all this time. I've been doing it for a year now, really. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so I'm going to start on the outside with the first thing that I have changed since then, and it's the most expensive and possibly the most important modification, and that is putting a lift kit on my Prius. I already mentioned this in like 2 other videos of mine, recent videos, but basically I put a 40mm lift kit on my Prius. The company is called Prius Off-Road. Yeah, it came out really good, and I actually installed it myself. Alright, so I jacked it up just so I could show you the lift. So this is it right here. It's a little dirty, but so this is the top of the strut right here. And this little spacer right there, that's the lift. It's 40mm, which is 1.5 inches. The reason I put the lift kit on is for areas like this, really. I'm in a national forest right now, and there's dirt roads everywhere, and the Prius is so low to the ground normally. I was always scraping the bottom. I knocked both bumpers loose multiple times when I was traveling, like before I got the lift kit. I mean, you can see right here, see how it's hanging off. I can't figure out how to get it back on there. I had to get this wire and pull it that way. It was just, it was a nightmare. Coming out to these areas in a Prius without the lift kit was just a nightmare. I was scraping it constantly. So anyway, so the lift kit came out great. And then here we are at the front. The next thing that I have installed on my Prius is this light bar. The light bar came out really, really well. I took the grill out and I cut a section right there and right there just to fit the light bar perfectly. In the front, this is the switch. I put the switch right there. That's the on and off switch. The light bar is very bright. Like, you can't tell it's bright now because it's daylight, but at nighttime, I mean, it's like 10, maybe 20 times brighter than the headlights. I only use the light bar when I'm in the mountains on like little skinny mountain roads that don't have a lot of like street lights and a lot of traffic and stuff. And also, I've changed the engine coolant and the inverter coolant and the spark plugs and the transmission fluid. Did it all myself. You want to keep your car as good as possible. Make sure everything is maintained well. I am planning on this Prius getting to at least 300,000 miles. I would like to get over 500,000 miles. There are lots of people that have a Prius that has gone that far. Okay, so now for the inside of the Prius. Okay, so starting in the back, I installed these really awesome 12-volt sockets. They're connected to the 12-volt battery. There's 2 USB ports right there, and then there's a 12-volt socket right there. This thing has come in handy. It's got a little on and off switch. It was a lot easier to install than I was thinking, and I was real intimidated on installing it at first, and it came out great. The way I installed it was super simple. All you do is you unscrew that bolt, you unscrew this bolt down here, and then there's a bolt right there, a long skinny bolt you unscrew there, and this whole side paneling comes off, and all you do is you drill a few holes in there. And that thing was like, I don't know, 15-20 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link in there. It's really like a perfect fit for the back of a Prius right here. And then I installed one over here. This one works really good too. It's just a different shape. It's got 2 USB ports, 12-volt socket, and a voltmeter. And then one cool thing I did right here was I put a carabiner right here. If you have a dog, one thing I do is, like, when I want to keep my dog on a leash and I'm parked somewhere and I'm just hanging out, I put the end of my dog's leash in this carabiner, and so she can just hang out right here behind the car. And this is my power inverter. I showed this in, the part 1 of this video, and here I am. I've been using this power inverter like every day for like a year now, and it is still working good. I don't know how much longer it's going to work, but I've been using this microwave with this inverter for, almost a year now, every single day, and it is still working. And yeah, so this is like my my charging station. So instead of I have all my electronic stuff up front, but instead of charging stuff up front, now I just charge it back here. It's really handy. Like, this is a rechargeable headlamp. I have like a power bank back here charging. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it more organized instead of just stuffing it all back in that little corner. And then here is my sleeping setup. I don't think I showed my sleeping platform at a good angle in the first video. So here I'll show you. You can see I have the front. This is what it looks like when I'm sleeping and my sleeping platform is set up. You can see the the little support beam right there. So when I have the front seat pushed all the way forward and the backrest pushed forward, then I fold the sleeping platform out, and you can see it's like just enough room. There's only like a few inches of space right there, and so many people have asked me how tall I am because they want to know if they can fit in here. My sleeping platform is 6'9". When I have it set up, going from here all the way to the end of it down there, it is 6'9". It's plenty of room. So if you were to build a sleeping platform like this, being tall is not the issue, but if you're more of a heavy set person, then that might pose an issue because to be honest, the Prius is kind of small on the inside, but you can make it work. I got all new sleeping gear pretty much. I got this new sleeping bag. I really like this brand, Climate. They're based out of Utah, which I also think is cool because Utah is like my favorite state. And I got this new sleeping bag. This sleeping bag is really awesome. It's a 20-degree bag. And one thing I love about it is this is my summer bag. I have another bag. It's a 0-degree bag that I use for the winter. But my last summer bag I had since 2004. It was from REI. So this summer I was like, all right, it's time to get a new sleeping bag. And I got Climate. And it has, one reason I love it so much is all these seams right here are elastic. So the sleeping bag can stretch out like this way. And the reason they did that is because, like you can see, I'm trying to show you with one hand, see how it stretches like that. If you bring your knees up to your chest while you're sleeping like I do, the sleeping bag will stretch out. And every sleeping bag I've ever slept in was always too skinny. Like, I would never be able to bring my knees up to my chest or, like, move around in any position besides straight because it didn't, the sleeping bag was too skinny. It didn't stretch out. But Climate really fixed that with this this elastic thing, and it's super comfortable. And I still have the same Climate Static V air mattress. My dog punctured it with her claws a few weeks ago, but they replaced it for free, thankfully, because it was under warranty. And I got this sheet. So here's the mattress. See, it says Static V. I just took the cover off just to show you. And this sheet is made by Climate also, and it's designed to fit over this mattress perfectly. And it's called the V sheet, and it's like made of like really smooth, silky polyester stuff. And it's so nice because, like, during the winter, I don't need this sheet, but during the summertime, when your skin is rubbing against this material of the mattress, it's really nasty because, like, I can't explain it. It happened with my last mattress. Like, your sweat and the oils from your body start to soak into this material, and it starts to smell really bad, and it's really hard to clean. So this mattress, the mattress cover really takes care of that. And it's cool because I have a green Climate Static V air mattress with a green mattress cover by Climate and a green Climate sleeping bag. So I am just completely decked out in Climate. So this is my dog's bed over here. When I'm at a campsite, I normally have my food bin right here. That's what's up here in the seat up here. And But when I'm camping, I let my dog sleep in the back because she can stretch out and get a better night's sleep. But when I'm sleeping in like a Walmart parking lot or something like that, then I put her bed in the front seat just because it's kind of a pain to, you know, put everything in the front. And this little USB fan is really awesome. It was only like 12 bucks at Walmart. It's rechargeable. I can sleep with the air conditioning on, as I explained in the first video, but I only do that as a last resort now. Now I have just this little USB fan, and it's kept me cool so far. Right now it's like in the middle of the spring, almost summertime, and I have not slept with the air conditioning one time. That fan has kept me cool every night. And my fridge still works great. Let's see, it's pretty packed with stuff right now. I got some eggs. I make scrambled eggs in my microwave. They come out really good. These little microwavable sandwiches are really good. These breakfast burritos, just pop them in the microwave for $2 or for 2 minutes. They're delicious. Got Coke and all kinds of other stuff in there. And this thing I mentioned in my first video, this is what's good for your fridge. It absorbs odors. They sell them at the Dollar Tree. It has, like, you rip the plastic cardboard cover off, and it's filled with baking soda. And it absorbs odors, and it keeps your fridge nice and fresh. So yeah, and my Instant Pot pressure cooker still works good. I don't use it every day. Sometimes I don't even use it every week, but I have been using it a good bit. And unfortunately, they don't make this pressure cooker anymore. I have had a lot of people, because I've made a few videos showing how to use this thing, and it's 2 quarts. It's the smallest electric pressure cooker on the market. The smallest Instant Pot they make is 3 quarts, but this one is even smaller. It's called the Instant Pot Mini, but this one is even smaller than the Instant Pot Mini at 2 quarts. But yeah, it's discontinued now, and I'm really sorry to everyone that wanted to get one of these. And then this little bin on top of my fridge is really handy. I was searching for a long time, for like a few months, for the perfect bin to go on top of my fridge. And I have it Velcroed on there so it doesn't move anywhere. I use it for storage for stuff I use regularly. I got like camera gear and treats for my dog and just random stuff in there. And then now, up here in the front of the car, this is the food bin. This is the food bin where I keep all my dry food and coffee maker and stuff like that in there. And like I said, normally I keep it right here, but my dog's bed is right there because that's where she slept last night. And now this thing is my new toy. This is my new inflatable kayak. Now, I have wanted a kayak for many years, in all honesty, and I saw online where a few people had this exact kayak. I'm going to do a kayaking video soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this kayak is so much fun, and I only paid $100 for it. And I thought it was going to be like cheap quality, but I'm real impressed. And it folds up into that little bag, and that's what, if you were wondering, that's what this pump right here is for. That's for pumping up the kayak. And I've only used it twice so far, and it is so much fun. Right now, I went out on a lake by here. I spent like 2 full days kayaking and swimming in the lake, and it's so much fun. And I got blisters on my hands, one right there from the kayaking paddle, and I'm sunburnt, and my back and shoulders are sore. But yeah, I plan on using this a lot. And it weighs like 40 pounds, so it's really heavy. And I debated for like a few months on whether I wanted to get this kayak or not. But finally, I was like, you know what? I decided that the extra space that it took up was worth having a kayak. Because I want my Prius to be fully self-contained. Like, I can still live self-contained in my Prius with that kayak. I don't want a big kayak on my roof. I don't want anything on my roof. I don't want anything on the outside. I want it, like I said, to be fully, completely self-contained. And then down there, is where I keep my shoes, dog food, and dirty clothes. Look at my dog. She made a little nest under here, and she's just burrowing in it. And then over here, I have this thing. I kind of want to get rid of this because I don't really use it as much as I thought, and it takes up so much room. And then these are my window covers under here. Oh, whoops. Okay, this thing is really handy. I use this to put on my lap. I put it like this, and I use it for a laptop. I switched to a cell phone company called Visible, and with Visible, I get unlimited mobile hotspot. So I can put my laptop here. It's got a mouse pad right here. I have a wireless mouse, and I can do work on my laptop using my phone as a modem. And Visible is really awesome. I only pay $25 a month for unlimited high-speed data and unlimited hotspot. It's unheard of to have a deal like that. They run off the Verizon towers. And if you want to switch to Visible, please use my referral code. It really helps me and helps my channel stay on the road and stuff and keep making videos. I will put the referral code in the description. And then these are my window covers. And here I have been using these window covers every single day for a year. And they are still in great condition. I made a video on how to make window covers like this. I'll put a link to that video in the description. I show step by step exactly how to make these. And a few months ago I had to get a hot glue gun, and like a few of these flaps started peeling back a little bit. But all I did was I just squirted some hot glue in there and just pressed it down and glued them back, and they're back working just as good as new. And I mean, these window covers have been through so much. They have been thrown around my car, they've been bent and stuff stacked on them, and just really put to the test, and they're holding up. It's pretty crazy. A year later, and they're still in great condition. And then I showed this in a different video, but I got this neat little tool bag. I already had it, but in here I keep just like little stuff that I use, like tools that I use for crafts and different things. I got like an extension cord, bungee cord, got some string, like sandpaper, zip ties, all kinds of like Velcro and super glue and magnets and just all kinds of stuff, wrenches and screwdrivers and razor blades. And then here I took the back cover off, and as you can see, I am still rolling my clothes like they do in the military. I really like organizing my clothes this way. Makes things a lot easier. I got my boxers, shirts, shorts, and I got a hooded sweatshirt and a fleece and some hats, and I keep my socks in this bag, and these are just some rags for cleaning and stuff. And I got a belt. And then in here I just keep like electronics, like got like a voltmeter, a rechargeable, or that's my jump starter for my car, like rechargeable battery thing. And then here I just took that thing off, and under here I really maximized the storage. And the way I did that was I took, there's a plastic thing that goes on top of the wheel normally. It's like a big plastic thing, and it holds the jack. But I don't have the Toyota jack that came with the car, so I just went ahead and removed it, and it opened up all of this for storage. And this is a towing strap. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And these are cables for snow chains. This past winter, I actually had snow chains because, like where I'm at right now, I'm in Virginia in a national forest, and the last time I was out here was this past like January, and this was all snow. All these roads were completely covered in snow. There wasn't a soul out here, and I managed to drive a little bit through it all, but I went to O'Reilly's and I got some snow chains, and it actually worked. But I didn't have a lift kit back then, so I kept scraping on snow, so that was a problem. But besides the ground clearance issue, the snow chains work great. And then I put some jumper cables in that little nook. I normally had those under the seat, and I found this little spot, fit them just perfectly right there. And then here you can see how this 12-volt socket thing works. So basically it's just got a ground cable and a positive cable, and I did the ground to this bolt right there, and then the positive cable goes under here goes through there, and then you can see I just screwed it to, turn the light on, to the pot, that little bolt right there. That bolt is where, see there's two red cables going to it. One is for this one, and then one is for that one. Alright, and then here I just moved my fridge, and I'm going to show you the stuff I keep under here now. And I still have this same red gas can. It's not the same, hold on, let me turn the light off. It's not the same gas. Someone told me gas expires after a few months, and that's a good point. So what I do is, like, every few months I dump this into my gas station and refill it with fresh gas. I keep my air compressor, 12-volt air compressor, and then in this storage thing I got a lot more here. Like, that's just a stuff sack for my sleeping bag. I keep like receipts and like important paperwork under here, stuff that I rarely use. I got like a plug kit for if I get a flat tire, first aid kit, another funnel, and then this is the thing I wanted to show you. And then here's this thing. This is what this screws into the front bumper if you get stuck in the mud or something. Okay, now this is my new emergency off-roading gear that I wanted to show you. So basically, in the year that I've been traveling in my Prius and going off-roading and stuff, I have gotten stuck to the point to where I had to call AAA twice to get, a winch out, is what they call it. They hook your car up to a winch and they pull you out. Once I got stuck in the mud, and once I got stuck in the snow. And so now I have gotten these tools. I don't have a winch, but I've gotten these tools that will help in future cases like that. And here I'll show you how it works. So the Prius has this neat little thing. It's a cap. You got to pop it off, and it goes like that. And this thing is always in the trunk, and what it does is you screw it in there. Screw it in like that, and it's a towing hook. That's what it is. It screws into the frame of the car, and that way, if you get stuck, they can hook the winch up to this hook instead of to from under the car. I don't like them going under the car. I'd much rather use this thing. And then this thing is made by Husky. It was like, I think $10 at Home Depot. And what I'll do, in case I ever do get stuck in the snow or the mud again, I will hook this on there and then hook this tow strap to that. Alright, so this is what it looks like when I have it all set up. This thing right here goes into the towing hook, and I put the strap around this. And this strap is a very heavy duty strap. It's I got on Amazon. It was very cheap. It says 35,000 pounds. That's a lot. But the reason I got it is because all the other straps on Amazon, the reviews were saying that they were snapping, and because they weren't like thick enough, like the towing straps. So I just wanted, this one is just like ultra thick. It's ultra heavy duty. I just wanted to make sure that I had one that was not going to break on me, and this one is super, super thick. So if I were to get stuck in the mud or in the snow again, there are lots of people that drive these roads in a Jeep or an SUV, and a lot of them even have a winch, and they would be more than happy to pull me out if I got in a tough spot. And the sleeping platform is holding up great. Even the paint is holding up good. It's not really chipping anywhere. I painted all the wood black. These little lids for my sleeping platform are holding up good. I glued this carpet with the 3M90 spray adhesive, and it's not even peeling up anywhere on the lid. It's just, everything's nice and solid. And this, I still have this little 12-volt adapter with the USB ports. It's still holding up good. And I still have this same thermometer. This thermometer still working good a year later. I have the remote in the fridge, if you remember. So it's 83 degrees inside the car, 30.9 degrees inside the fridge. So yeah, pretty much everything that I put in my Prius a year ago is still working and still functional. I've just done some more upgrading to it. And since I've lived in my Prius, I've been in about 35 different states at this point, traveling cross country. And yeah, I started this channel about 6 months ago. And I've gotten a few suggestions from people to start a Patreon account. So if you have found my videos to be helpful for you in any way, you can donate through Patreon or other links I'll put in the description. I would appreciate it. You don't have to, just, you know, if you feel led to or something like that. And yeah, so I just crossed 6,000 subscribers. I really appreciate all the support from you guys and all the positive, encouraging comments and stuff. It's really been a blessing. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks.